Welcome to the final part of Wind Waker. Woohoo! Anyway, this scene here tries to paint Ganondorf in a somewhat sympathetic light. And I like Link's expression here because he is like, what are you talking about? And it makes sense because Link here has never seen a desert. And of course, this scene gives Ganondorf the Freudian excuse of how he envies Hyrule's beauty and tranquility. And we did see the harshness of Gerudo Desert in Ocarina of Time, so I understand his viewpoint, but it still does not give him the excuse to do the things he has done. Go out and attack Hyrule, kill the king, steal pieces of the Triforce, do all his nasty things. I mean, there could have been more peaceful solutions, but anyway, any sympathy notes, any sympathy points we have with this guy will be out the window in just a few moments. Anyway, now that we have a fully powered Master Sword, we can take him out. So, let's do it. Come on. Let's fight. We've been waiting for this moment all game. Come on. Ah! Boo! Boo! Even with a fully powered Master Sword, Link still gets owned. Oh, you will not kill me? That's a bunch of BS. You tried to kill me when you ordered your bird to toss me out to sea to die. You tried to kill me on my second visit to Forsaken Fortress when you as you were about to slice and dice me with your katana. And you tried to kill me again when you transformed into puppets and tried to squish me. So yeah, you've tried to kill me and you will try to kill me once again. Hey, we'll see. Ooh, pretty. Anyway, this is it. The moment Ganondorf has been waiting for all these years, for the past 2 games. Yeah, 2 games. So, well, this is it, folks. Get used to being ruled under Ganondorf. I'm sure a sequel will come around where a new Link will appear and stop this guy from, stop this guy's evil reign for who knows how long. So, yeah. What's this? Ooh. Who could it be? Why, it's the King of Hyrule. Now, you're wondering, how did he get all the way up here to the tower? Well, when you think about it, Link did take out Ganon's defenses in the tower, so he could have used his ghostly teleporting powers to come all the way to the top. Or if you remember that room where we had to activate the crystal switch to activate the portal to the surface in Ganon's tower, the boat did just happen to come on in, and the king probably left the boat and floated all the way to the top when things were getting serious. Or is it possible that the king was always at Link's side during these final moments and decides to move in when things got dire? Anyway, the king wished for Hyrule to be flooded forever, and Ganondorf loses his mind. Even more. I mean, he really loses it. And it's convenient that the last place that the water will fall on is Ganon's tower. I mean, it makes sense because part of the wish was to give the children hope for a better future. And it's probably because Ganon's tower is the highest point in Hyrule. Oh, anyway, the water woke up both Link and Zelda, so, yeah. Alright, so, this atmosphere, this mood, pretty much sets the stage for a final battle. Personally, I'm actually excited for this one. And of course, at this point, Ganondorf decides to kill us. So, yeah, I won't kill you. That's a bunch of baloney. Alright. Alright, Ganondorf. Bring it. Bring it on, man. Anyway, this is one of my favorite final battles in any Zelda game ever. Wanna know why? Well, first of all, Zelda here is an active participant. That's right. I mean, in past games where you had to fight Ganon to save Princess Zelda, she is usually sealed off in another room or sealed off from the battle arena in question. Here, however, she plays a vital role in the last battle. So what she'll do is she'll take the bow and light arrows and try to shoot Ganondorf. And our job here is to distract Ganondorf while she tries to shoot arrows at him. And once he is stunned, we can start moving in and do a bunch of crazy sword attacks on him. And as you can see, Ganondorf here has a bunch of crazy ninja moves. And it makes sense. He was raised by a tribe of ninjas who also wield dual swords and have crazy ninja-like moves. So, yeah, it's a nice callback to his heritage. And I do have to say, I love the final battle music a lot. I mean, it's like, it's appropriate for this final confrontation. I mean, even the mood, I mean, this whole water raining down and the thunder and lightning, I mean, it's just so epic. Alright, and of course, after a while, after you hit Ganondorf enough times, and after Zelda shoots enough light arrows at Ganondorf, he will start changing his strategy. Now, and I would also like to point out that the bow and arrow she is using, that's yours. Oh, first of all, boo! Boo! First of all, yeah, that's right, Ganondorf takes out Zelda, so now we're on our own. And thus, we enter phase 2 of this battle. So, we have to pretty much rely on parry techniques, because that's the only way we can score any hits. Essentially, when he does his leap down from above, parry, and we will attack him from behind. So as I was saying, the bow and arrow that Zelda has is yours. So if you pause the game, you'll find that the bow and arrow will be gone from your inventory. I mean, it makes sense, since the only bow and arrow available is from Link. Now, eventually, after enough attacks, Zelda will come out of it, and she will once again try to shoot light arrows. But this time, no matter where she shoots the light arrows, Ganondorf will always dodge them. So now we enter phase 3 of the final battle. What she'll do is she will aim the light arrows at you, and we are supposed to use the mirror shield to reflect them at Ganondorf. And it won't be just enough. What we have to do is, once the parry action is activated, we will trigger the final cutscene. I mean, yeah, this final phase is very short. The thing is, we just have to get into the proper position for Zelda to shoot her light arrows at Link and to reflect them off the mirror shield towards Ganondorf. And I believe it is also possible for Zelda to hurt you with the light arrows if you don't have your mirror shield up. Yeah, I know. I was just prolonging this because I want to hear this final battle music. Anyway, wait till the A parry command is action, and yeah! Yes! That really happened. I mean, I was surprised when I first played this final battle. There's like, Link just stabbed Ganondorf in the head. My mouth was... yeah. And of course, as a side effect, Ganondorf turns to stone. And he essentially is the new pedestal for the Master Sword. So, wow. I mean, for a game that looks all cartoony and kidified, that is pretty dark. So is this scene, too. So, yeah, we're approaching the final moments of Hyrule, folks. And, of course, with this whole final scene between the children and the King of Hyrule, there's this nice piano rendition of Hyrule Castle. And it gives this sad tone because this is essentially at the end of an era here. And, you know what I was thinking? You know, it didn't have to be the end. You know, the King of Hyrule could have modified his wish. He could have said, let Hyrule once again shine and be free of Ganondorf. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. That would have been cool. To have Hyrule rise from the ocean. Have the people of the islands have this new land to explore. Spread out. It would have been nice. But no. He decides to flood it. He decides to pretty much, screw it. But then, of course, then of course we wouldn't have this whole, you know, I'm just like Ganondorf. I was selfish, but still, this scene is very, very sad. Of course, Zelda here brings us a light of hope that, pretty much offering the king a chance for a new Hyrule. You know, because remember, she still has access to a pirate ship. And this little melody right here is a kind of a combination of Hyrule Castle and the first dungeon of, like, the dungeon theme of the first Zelda game, and I kind of like that. Anyway, as the King of Hyrule is about to explain his final word to the children, down comes the rest of the ocean. But thankfully, thanks to the wish from the Triforce, Link and Zelda are protected with air bubbles. And they are going up to the surface. Well, Zelda's first. And then comes Link. Now, of course, I like this moment here because the king actually considers the offer for a moment, but then he pretty much says, I'm going down with my kingdom. You know, this really is a sad moment. I mean, and people complain about the graphics being too kiddie. It's still pretty... I'm just rambling again. Anyway, we're back on the surface where Link and Tetra are pretty much floating. And where are they? Well, who cares? Because here's Prince Kamali. And he's flapping way too close to the water. I mean, shouldn't his wings get wet or anything? But what do I know? Anyway, there's the pirate ship. So, yay! And look who's up! Look who's at the crow's nest. Yes, it's Link's sister. Yay! All safe and sound. Come on, aren't you filled with emotion right now? Aren't you filled with joy and sadness? Tears of joy? Come on. I'm actually tearing up right now because of this nice emotional scene. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, and she has a brand new purple skull dress. That's nice of the pirates to give her some new clothing. Oh, hi, Medley and Makar. Yeah, it's there to show you that both of them escaped Hyrule because they pretty much got the word that, the Hyrule's about to be flooded, get out while you can, and essentially got into their respective warp points. So yeah, that's Wind Waker. We're done with the game. And we're going to enjoy these credits and all its bubbly goodness. And yeah, so I'm guessing you're wondering how did the pirate crew find them? Well, I'm guessing since Prince Kamali's there, I'm guessing Balu had something to do with it. I mean, he pretty much sensed the end was coming, so he pretty much sent the Rito to find the pirate ship so they can pick up Link and Tetra, and they pretty much picked up Medley and Makar along the way somehow. But yeah. So let's see my thoughts of this game. Well, overall, it's okay. I mean, not among my top 5, but it's definitely not the worst Zelda game ever made. And well, first of all, some good things. Well, for one, I like the story. I mean, it's pretty epic, and I like how it's pretty much a coming-of-age story. I like its grand sense of adventure. I like how the ending was a bit bittersweet. I mean, essentially, Hyrule is gone forever, because all that work we did in Ocarina of Time, wasted. And I mean, part of me likes it, and part of me hates it because, well, I mean, all that hard work gone. But the Zelda in that game did warn us that Ganondorf may come back, and he did. So, yeah. And the graphics here of this game, I like them. It actually fits this game because, well, I mean, like I said when I started this playthrough, the graphics were... I admitted that I did not like the graphics at first, but over time, they grew on me, and now I could not imagine this game any other way. So, yeah. Now, some of the things I do not like about this game, well, for one, the sailing. Well, the sailing is, well, I understand they're trying to do something different with the whole ocean aspect of it because pretty much most of the Zelda games up to this point have had Link either walking on land or riding a horse. And I understand they want to change it up, but it's tedious sailing from one island to another. And especially with all those sea enemies like the sea hats and the Georg shark thingies. And even with the warp you get later on, it's still a tedious process to sail from one island to another. I mean, the Great Sea makes your destination seem way too far away. Like in Ocarina, for example, I mean, destinations may seem that far away, but they're relatively close, and I kind of like that. I mean, you get there in no time flat. But in the Great Sea, it takes a long time. And another thing, this whole Triforce chart thingy. What were you thinking, Nintendo? What were you thinking when you came up with that concept? And to involve Tingle of all people. Why? But thankfully, we never have to do that sort of thing ever again. I mean, the whole concept of the Triforce gathering. I mean, it is repeated in Skyward Sword, but at least it's inside a dungeon where it makes sense. But that's for another game. You know, actually, another thing I want to think about here is I kind of wish Ganondorf had wished Hyrule back to the surface, because I don't want to see any more ocean, because, well, I mean, sailing would have been cool for the first part of the game. It's nice to sail on the boat, but afterwards, when you approach the end of the game, it's like, are we done yet? I'm tired of sailing. Anyway, I love this end credit music. That's pretty much a remix of the title theme with Aeril's theme, the Overworld theme, and Princess Zelda's theme. And yeah. Alright. And we have an epilogue. Oh boy, this scene kind of looks familiar. Let's see. Yeah, if you don't know what's going on, Link and the pirates are about to set sail to find that new land to claim their own. And it's a nice bookend. Link left with the pirates on an adventure at the beginning, and Link is leaving with the pirates for another adventure at the end. And yeah, and of course, because the King of Hyrule is dead, the boat's eyes are closed, so yeah. The destination? Link's Oasis to Partey! Now, seriously, they're actually going to go find that new land, so. Now, of course, I have to admit, if you do not tear up at this ending, especially this moment right here, you are not a human being. You are a robot. I mean, despite all its flaws, this ending gets me every time because, well, it's a continuing adventure. I mean, it's a sense of one journey's end and a new journey's beginning. You know that one song, every new beginning is some other beginning's end? So, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting teary-eyed right now because I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I'm serious. All right. All right. Anyway, after the game's over, the game will ask you to pretty much create a new save file. Now, what it is New Game Plus. New Game Plus is essentially the same adventure we just did with some notable differences. 1. You know the outfit that Link wears at the beginning, that blue shirt and orange pants? Well, he pretty much wears that the entire game. And the clothes he gets, the hero's clothes, they're essentially invisible, only to those invisible and all that stuff. So, yeah. Also, Aeril wears the purple pirate dress she has at the end of the entire game. And you start out with the deluxe Picto box right off the bat. So if you are still doing that whole Nintendo gallery thing, you have a good head start. And any figurines you have snapped in the previous game will be transferred over, so you don't have to start from scratch. Yay. And one more thing, you know the ancient Hyrulean that the characters like Valu speak? Well, we can actually see the translations, so that's nice. Although Link's reactions will still be like, what? What's he talking about? And, yeah. Now, we will see this Link again in the sequel on the DS called the Phantom Hourglass. And it's essentially a continuation of Link and the pirate's journey to find this new land. On the way, they pretty much have a run-in with the ghost ship, but it's not the same ghost ship as in Wind Waker. No, yeah, you can have more than one ghost ship. It's possible. And so, anyway, the ghost ship kidnaps Tetra, and Link has to go after her. And, of course, he is transported to another dimension, where he meets the king of the ocean king, and he gets fairy companions. I mean, actual fairy companions that grant him different sword powers, so that's nice. And we meet this character named Captain Lineback, and we pretty much have to use his ship to get around the islands. Yep, it's another one of those go from point A to point B by cruising with a ship. But the cool thing about it is you can customize your ship to give it more health. So, yeah. And I'm not going to be playing that game because, well, I don't have the technology. And I just don't like it that much. Seriously. I mean, I understand they want to use that whole touchscreen as your controller. Yeah, you use the touchscreen and stylus as your controls. No control pad options available. Nope. So yeah. Anyway, after that detour, Tetra, Link, and the other pirates finally found this new land, and they decided to call it Hyrule. Yep, they named it after the old land, and it's here that the game Spirit Tracks take place, with a new Link and a new Zelda. And Nico, the lowest on the total poll of pirates, he is the only one to have survived. I mean, we see him in his old age, so I think that's kind of interesting. So yeah. Anyway, the voice actor of Link in this game is Sachi Matsumoto, and she also does the voice of Link's sister in this game too. So I think that's interesting. And also, the voice of Princess Zelda in this game is Hikari Tachibana, and I mean, it makes sense for them to have different voices because they're actual kids, and it's a different Link and a different Zelda. However, I do like that Takashi Nagasako returns as Ganondorf because it makes sense. It's the same guy. So I think I like that little continuity. So yeah. Anyway, this is it for Wind Waker. I'm sorry I didn't go to every destination or show you every destination. What I'll probably do at some point is I'll pretty much make a bonus video of the locations I have not shown you, and I'll explain and list the locations of the various treasure charts in the game. And afterwards, I'll be done with Wind Waker for good. And for my next LP, I'll begin Twilight Princess. So thank you for watching this playthrough of the Wind Waker, and I'll see you next time.